Yeah, buddy. How's it, everything?
Everything's good, man. Long drive, huh? You're the one that drove, man. How do you feel here, right?
I feel good.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah,
thanks for
good.
picking me up, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. Good to be here.
Yeah. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers. Che-
Holding
Damn.
my microphone. Holding mine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not gonna use up the fucking thing. Too much time. Yeah, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready. Got my pants. Got my jacket. I'm ready to go.
Dude, I got that, like, I don't know if you ever get this, but I get, like, little butterfly, like, jitters going to concerts. Because, like, for me, I don't have, like, I don't know. Do you have anxiety a little bit? I get a
Yeah.
little, like, social anxiety or something. I don't know. I'll be fine, but, like, it's just, like, a lot of people like that. I get a little, like, nervous, you know what
I'd be nervous for you just because you're blind and you're in that situation around all those people who probably don't. Like you said, we ran into a situation earlier where someone seemed like they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
When really it's like show some courtesy. Which you've had. I've talked to people about this thing you had where before you had that issue where people would not believe you being blind.
Yeah.
And now that even that you're showing people that you're blind, people still don't give a fuck. That's so fucked up.
I mean, the thing is, like, people just don't know. So I get it, but it's just, I don't know. I get frustrated too easily. You know what I mean? I got to work on that because that's a me thing. It's no one else's problem but mine. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I got to work on that myself. I get easily frustrated. So, but,
Right.
it is what it is. I mean,
It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. How long have you been blind now?
since started going blind in '07, but I got diagnosed in February of 2008, February 5th, 2008. So going on 16, it was 16 years. Yeah. 16 years.
Damn.
Interesting, huh?
Really interesting. And then you were telling me, but I forget, what was the last concert you saw, like you saw with your own eyes without having issues with your eyesight?
I don't think I've ever been to a concert with vision. I really don't think so.
How is that possible?
I know, right? Well, like actual legit concerts, no. You know what I mean?
Festivals, anything, like Coachella or like something like that, like a festival, like Warped Tour.
Never went to any of that. Never. When I started going blind, I saw the game. That's the one I remember vividly. Well, I was already legally blind. I went with my buddy Mike. I saw the game. That was like the only one I could think of. I also went to the Hollywood Bowl with my mom. We saw like this orchestra. Have you ever heard of the Hollywood Bowl?
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
Who'd you see there?
Incubus
Damn, that's pretty dope. Cause
with Mikey
Oh yeah.
many years ago.
just
We
you
talk
two?
about it on the podcast.
Oh okay.
The situation where I wore the Incubus T-shirt, and he told me before we went, "Don't wear the T-shirt, bro."
Yeah, I remember that.
That was the Hollywood Bowl.
Interesting. Yeah, because the Hollywood Bowl is like it's meant like for hearing like that, right? It's like a bowl,
Yeah.
So it's like
It's an outside arena too, which I like. I love the outside ones.
you could bring your own beer and everything too.
What?
Yeah, you know that? That venue is specifically meant for that, where you could bring your own food and beer.
It probably can't do that now.
No, I think so. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Because of money, like Disney used to. I mean, you could still bring your food in Disney, but I would assume that places don't want you to because they want you to buy you their shit.
See, but okay, when you went to the Hollywood Bowl, were you buying stuff there? Do you remember?
Yeah, I bought a beer.
Okay. Yeah, see, like when I went, my mom brought she brought her own basket of like her own cooler, right? She had wine and stuff, and I remember I brought my own little what's it called, little pint of Jim Beam. I thought I was sneaking it in, but she's like, you can bring in your own stuff.
That's dope.
So I was taking little sips of Jim Beam.
What was the orchestra?
It was like a Star Wars. They play Star Wars.
I love that.
Yeah. I didn't really care for that time. This is back in 2011. I was going to the blind school. I was going to Junior Blind of America. My mom picked me up. We went to the Hollywood Bowl. And, I just didn't care much for that kind of stuff. I wish I could go back and like rewatch it or re-listen to it. I'd probably appreciate it more. But back then, I just didn't care. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I feel you.
like, my mom likes jazz and stuff like that. And, like, I remember going to some jazz thing when I was younger, and I didn't care for it at all. Now, I probably would be able to appreciate it more. You know what I mean? But,
Same. Same.
Because like now, I find myself listening to more things now than before. I was so much more closed minded. I only like rap, hip hop, rock, indie, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Now I'm like,
Yeah.
I like country now. I like other shit now.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I didn't like country. When I was little, I did not like country at all.
Shit sucked, huh?
Did not like country.
Now it's pretty cool, right? You know what I mean?
I love it.
Yeah.
Now I love it.
I like reggae a lot. I like all kinds of shit.
I like old country. Just a preface.
Old country, like what? Like
George Strait, Merle Haggard, Dwight Yoakam, Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Or
What's the other guy? He's like the main one. I forget his name, bro. It's fucked
Hank
up.
Aaron?
Hank Williams.
Wait, Hank Williams. Hank Aaron's a baseball player.
Hank Williams. Yeah, no. Yeah, Hank Williams.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else right now. But yeah, man, fucking what do you have on the menu today for
So,
podcasting?
Kanye just dropped
Yeah.
Vultures Volume 1. And we got to talk about it because you're a Kanye fan. I'm a Kanye fan. A lot of people out there are not Kanye fans. There's a lot of hate going on right now, which rightfully so. You know, the Jewish thing's still fresh.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are out there reviewing the album and they're not liking it. I feel like based just off of what he said about Jews. Which, what did he say about Jews?
I honestly don't even know. I just know he was like,
no one knows.
yeah, I don't even know.
No one will ever know.
The thing is, like, I don't remember what he said.
We'll never know.
I don't know. He's just getting a lot of hate. I know that. People just like to hate too.
Well, I get it. You know, Jewish people are, you know, they've been through a lot.
Yeah.
But anyways, I like to separate the art from the person.
For sure.
And I really like the album.
Oh, 100%, man. I agree with the... Dude, it's funny because, like, as time goes on, music evolves, right? And I find myself stuck in, like, the old eras. I like the 90s hip-hop and rap, right? Early 2000s. And as music evolves, you kind of have to evolve with it, you know what I mean? So, like,
right.
He's putting out new stuff with, like, you know, you got Ty Dolla $ign, you got, like, Lil Durk, you know what I mean? Stuff, artists that I never found myself liking, really, and they grow on me over time, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Kodak Black, for example, I don't know if he's going to feature him in the future, but, like, before he released Vultures, he had Kodak Black on, you know what I mean? And like a little, you know what I'm talking about? I sent you, like,
he's on something.
Yeah.
He's on one of the songs coming up, probably.
Yeah, and I used to not like him. I thought he had, like, a weird voice. He's trying to, you know?
Barely got into Kodak Black?
Barely. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like, you know, like No Flocking and stuff like that, you know, pretty dope, but, like, I didn't like his style first, and then it kind of grew on me. It seemed like Lil Yachty's and like the Lil Uzis and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Oh, same with all those guys. I like them now.
Right.
I didn't used to like them, but it took me a while. I mean, it didn't take me that long. I like them. Like I like Kodak Black. He did an album in 2018. It was really fucking good. I forget the name of it, but it was really good.
That's when he first came up, right? When he first started? No. When did he first start?
2015.
That long ago, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's in there now. Like he's been in there.
Dude, back in 2015, that's when he was like 17 when he first blew up. I remember.
Yeah.
Like,
So he was young, really young.
But yeah, Vultures,
Kid,
man.
Little kid. Now he's in it, man. He's really into it. But anyways, let me go back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When you start drinking, setting to climb, the funnels of life ain't helping. You've got good friends, you keep you out of trouble. The best ones are still drinking with you. And there's no good reason why. Alcohol judgment just don't mix. Alcohol judgment just don't mix. Alcohol judgment just don't mix. Alcohol judgment just don't mix.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Joey Licea podcast. My name is Joey Licea, your host. This is sitting across from me is a returning guest, finally doing one of these in person. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Wigi Licea.
Nice.
Welcome to the podcast. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, Joey.
No problem, man. Hey, we're here
Right in
live
Hollywood.
in person in Hollywood, California, doing getting ready to go see an Oliver Tree concert. I'm dressed for it. I have the pants. I have the jacket. If you can't see, if you're listening to it at home or in your car, I am dressed up halfway as Oliver Tree. I don't have the bowl cut. I just have a regular hat on, but I'm going for it. And this is Ouija's first time seeing Oliver Tree. Even you barely got into him, right?
Yeah, barely.
Just got into it. And what do you think of his music so far?
I like it. It grew on me first, for sure. It grew on me. At first, when I first listened to Oliver Tree, I was like, it's not really my style of music, but I definitely like, for sure, his first album, Ugly is Beautiful, is by far the best album. You know?
Right.
And it's really good. He's very talented, man. That's the one thing I got to give him credit. He's very talented.
And you can't even see him. Like that's what's so crazy. It's like his videos are like very, very like intense.
Is that also what he's known for? Like his videos too? Really?
Oh yeah. He's very like he does weird shit in his videos. I'll play one for you one day if you're down.
Yeah.
If you're willing for me to do it.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely into his music a little bit. Like, I mean, I like the fact that he's, you know, he does like I don't know how to explain it. It's like rap a little bit, you know? Like, it's like,
Yeah.
How would you explain that?
Well, he's categorized what I've noticed recently as electronic, which I could see that kind of like the Diplo, kind of like the the sound like of like the DJs Dylan Francis or like Marshmello, all those fucking DJs. He kind of has that vibe, the sound, but he does his own. He's not like them to where like he makes the music like in a DJ form, but he also is the performer on the song, which is crazy because, you know, Diplo will get like Justin Bieber to front, or, you know, like all these, like they're the behind the scene. They don't ever sing or nothing. You know what I mean? Like he's like he's like DJ, but he's in the front. Right. Like he actually fucking like plays guitar. He plays drums. He's a musician, and he talks about that in his lineup or in his interviews. He talks about you know, learning the keyboard at 6 or something like that. Like he's been doing music his whole life, so that's one of his things. He's a musician, so you could hear it, you could feel it. I feel like real musicians can feel it if you like study him, you know. Yeah. Right. But yeah, I'm glad you're here to do it because you know, someone who is blind, who has this disability, you're gonna be able to enjoy this so well because you don't need to see, you can just hear, and that's where it's all gonna be, dude. All the energy, you're gonna hear it from the crowd and all that. Yeah, man. Can't wait for you to hear that.
I'm excited, man, because like I said, the last one I went to was the Hollywood Bowl in 2011, and then before that was the game back in like 2009 or 2010. You know,
where'd you see the game at?
That's the thing, I don't even remember.
L.A.
I don't think it was L.A. I think it was further south. Like at the time, I was living in Orange County. I was living in Aliso Viejo. So I know it was somewhere in North Orange County, like Anaheim or something like that, or Santa Ana. I really don't remember. At the time, I was.
Oh, so it was California. It wasn't like you're out somewhere like Vegas or some shit.
Yeah, it was close by.
Gotcha. I thought you were like out there.
And you know, at the time, I mean, I was like, you know, I was different state of mind, drinking a bunch and stuff. But like, I know I was with my buddy Mike, and he drove, and it wasn't that far, like maybe half hour, 45 minutes. So I remember that. That same night, he got a DUI. I remember.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. It sucks. So like, we got pulled over. He got a DUI, and I had to get picked up. So I just called an Uber. I called a taxi. I remember vividly. I call it. Remember? You remember 1-800 for my taxi by any chance?
No, I don't know. Is that like a fucking Orange County thing?
Well, I don't know if it's specifically Orange County or if it's all like, I don't know. But like when I first started going blind, you know, I lost my license. So I couldn't drive anymore. So I didn't use it much. I maybe used it a handful of times, but that's one of the times I remember using it. It's almost like the Uber now, right? You know what I mean? It's so convenient now with Uber, but back then you had to call for a taxi, you know?
That was recent. We're never going to forget that.
What was recent?
That was like Uber and all this shit, because we took advantage of that too often.
Right. Like it's blown up for the past, maybe 10 years? Maybe less?
10 years, about almost exactly 10 years. Right. I remember 10 years ago, I was with a friend. It was 2013. I haven't seen this person in so long. But we literally took a taxi before Ubers and Lyfts. It was 2013, so I remember that specifically. There was no Uber and Lyft in 2013, and 11 years ago. And I remember taking it from the bars. So there's like a strip of bars. It's like a couple miles, maybe a mile, maybe half a mile, maybe a little more than half a mile away from my apartment.
In Bakersfield or San Diego?
In San Diego. And what happened was, it was so close. I mean, it wasn't that close. Like walking would have took it like 30 minutes, right? But driving was like 2 minutes, maybe less than that, maybe a little more than that, or who knows? It wasn't that long. But this guy, right, got so pissed because it was so close. Like he would not take a credit card. Like all I had was credit, and so instead of dropping me off and letting me use my credit card, he fucking drove me to the nearest 7-Eleven so I can like hit up the ATM and get cash out, to give him cash. What? And I was like, this is the most unprofessional shit I ever fucking experienced in my life. And that's when I realized, like, once Uber and Lyft came in, like, oh, they're stealing the taxi driver's jobs. Good. Fucking good. That guy. I hope they take that guy's job. I'm just kidding. That's fucked up. But no, so it was around that time, 11 years ago.
Do you remember how you ordered the taxi? Was it like through an app?
Fuck no, dude. I had to have called a taxi service.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, dude, that's old. I remember one time, just kind of a funny side note. Me and our Julio, he's another guy I've been interviewed on the podcast, our cousin. He, one time we went to San Francisco. It was like 2009, 2008. And it's obviously way before Uber and Lyft. And we're getting ready to go eat. We're staying at like a fucking like Marriott or some shit. And we're like in the 10th floor. We're going to wait and order a car so we can go down there and be ready to go eat, right? And I call a taxi service. I remember specifically calling it. And I said, hey, I need to get a taxi. And the guy on the phone's like, the dispatcher, the fucking guy is like, have you gone outside? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, just go outside. And I didn't know San Francisco was like New York.
So you could just literally fucking flag one down?
There's cars waiting for people. What the fuck? I was like, oh, my bad. That was so embarrassing. I was like, my bad, dude.
Well, you went to San Francisco with who? Just you two or what?
Yeah, a long time ago. Like,
that's pretty cool.
Like 15 years ago.
Whoa, just the two of you guys. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's pretty dope. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we went through I think it was the Bay Bridge. You been out there before?
I've been there before, but I was like 10 last time I was there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it was a
okay.
while. Yeah.
Well, we went out there, we took the Bay Bridge, or we had to, and there was like two lines you get into. Like there's a regular line, like a regular way to go through, and then there's like where you have to pay like a toll, and there's like a fast pass. And I told him, just go on the fast pass, and he did, and he got a ticket. And I felt bad. Like later on, he's like, send me the ticket. I'm like, I'll pay for it, bro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's...
It's my fault.
How much was the ticket? You remember or no?
$100. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
remember, but it was something. I remember thinking like, oh fuck it, it's my fault. So
Yeah.
yeah. He was burnt. I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I got you.
That's funny. That's cool, man. What'd you guys do? Like, you guys have fun out there?
He had, he works for the doctor. His doctor like had some like thing out there where he was like gonna, like, I don't know if he booked the rooms. I think he booked the rooms. So him and all his coworkers were all staying in the same hotel. And like, I forget his cousin who works with him. He was like next door. So it was like, he would come over and we'd drink.
Alonso?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was next door with his wife and they were out there. They come over and like, we would just all like kind of go in each other's rooms and just chill. It was really weird setup. I forget what it was, but I don't remember why it was, but I just remember, Julio was like, told me the situation. It's like a work thing, but it's like a party, like have fun. Mm-hmm. And I remember his boss had given him like a free tour, like a free pass for like the tour, like the bus tours, and takes you to the Golden Gate Bridge and shit. Yeah. And we were gonna do it. We got so drunk one night. The next morning, we just fuck it. We just slept in instead of going. And I remember he felt bad because like everyone went. You know what I mean? And I'm the fucking. I shouldn't say his name. The rewind. The doctor ended up buying the tickets for everybody. He spent like a lot of money for this trip.
Yeah.
And I remember there was two things he had to do, or there's one thing he really had to do. He could not do it. Was there was a pizza party down the street, and we had to go to that. It was like a thing where like they were giving like a gift thing, and it was like it would have been ungrateful to not do that.
You guys made it to that?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay.
And it was cool because we got to drink. It was really fun. But yeah. And it was like I got so drunk one night. We were there for like 2-3 nights. I got so drunk one night. And then Julio has two coworkers, these two girls. So it was two girls and then us two. And we were hanging out with the girls all day. Uh-huh. And there was this one girl. I'll never forget her, but she's definitely forgettable, her name. But I'm forgetting her name right now. But I remember she was so drunk the whole time. And she was fun. But then when she got sober, she was not fun anymore. And I remember and I think it was like an off balance thing because when I first met her and started hanging out we were all hanging out, she was really drunk. She had been drinking in the room. And it was fun, and I wasn't drunk yet. I wasn't drinking yet. And then once we were out drinking, I guess she was like chilling or whatever. The more sober she got, the more drunk I got. And then I flipped on her. I was like, oh, I didn't like her. I didn't like her anymore. Yeah, and I remember I got so mad at her. I forgot why. That we ended up, Violet lived out there. We were hanging out with Violet one night.
Really?
Yeah, Violet lived out there for a little while.
Esparza?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we were hanging out with her. She was showing us around town.
Uh-huh.
Her and her husband now. I think they were married yet at the time.
Her husband, Mike, right?
Yeah. And they showed us around.
Cool.
But I remember getting so fucking drunk that I ended up like we're all going back to the hotel, me and to the two girls and Julio, his coworkers, and I just walk off and I get into a taxi and I just go to a strip club. By myself.
Wait, how did you know where it was?
I just went in. I just hopped in a cab.
Yeah.
We're just chilling outside the street. They're there. They're all of them there for that. Like you could do that. I did. I just take me to a strip club.
What?
And he took me, and Julio didn't know where I was. He was like tripping out. Where the fuck are you at, dude? I'm like, I went to a strip club. It's like, bro, come back to the hotel, bro. Come back to the hotel. I was like, nah, bro. I know get my lap dance on.
What the hell? That's pretty wild times, huh?
Yeah. And then I'm in there, right? Side story. I'm in there. I'm in the strip club. I'm getting a lap dance, and I'm having a good time. I just remember the girls are hot. I'm getting the hottest girls. So we give me a lap dance, and I'm like rotating. I'm sticking to one. One girl wants me to tip her, like to be she wants me to take her around the whole time. No, I wanted to sample every single one. You know what I mean? And they weren't liking that. And I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, it has nothing to do with it. But all of a sudden, this guy comes up to me, picks me, knocks on my, grabs my attention, taps my shoulder, and I go, yeah. I'm just got done with the lap dance. He's like, I need you to follow me. I'm like, all right. So I follow him, And he's a big dude, right? Intimidating. I was a kid. We walk up these stairs in the back, and we go up to this office. I'm like, hello, and it's like a manager or some guy sitting at the desk. He's like, hey, man. And he hands me my wallet, and he goes, is this you? And he opens it up, and and I go, yeah, it is. He goes, you found it on the floor. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. And I grab it, and then I just left. All the money was in there and everything, but like I don't know if one of the girls tried to take it or what happened.
Whoa.
But they were like, it was really intimidating. But they gave me my shit back, and there was no money taken from. I had money too. I had just taken out money just to go to the strip club.
Interesting, man.
Yeah, it was scary.
Lucky, huh? Lucky too. What the fuck?
Yeah,
That's a crazy.
how they're gonna beat me up.
Yeah, if you're saying 09, you must have been like early 20s, right?
I was 23.
23. Yeah, crazy, huh?
Yeah,
Interesting. Damn, how long were you out there for? Do you remember?
weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was fun. Anyways, San Francisco. I don't know what the point was, but
No, yeah, it's cool though. Like it's always good to.
Uber. We went off on Uber.
Yeah.
But no, just to get back to the Uber. But let's get back to the subject of Kanye.
Kanye, Oliver Tree and Kanye both, you know.
Well,
Or which one?
Kanye, man, the album, like the album, like the fucking album, it just dropped. He delivered his promise, and I told you he's supposed to drop it the 9th, but he ended up dropping it the 10th. And everyone's like, why? And I think I found out why. Because he dropped College Dropout on February 10th. So this is literally the 20-year anniversary of College Dropout.
2004, yeah.
That's why he did it, I think. Speculation. Coming here from the Joey Licea podcast. The world's only Kanye West podcast.
And what are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on the album?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really great. I thought 16, when I first saw 16 songs, I'm like, no. Because Donda felt like too much.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
Right. So I felt like, 16 songs is a lot. But it went by quick, and there's still a lot of stuff I need to listen to again. But there are a lot of songs in there that I'm very surprised about.
Like which ones? What do you mean?
Well, like Back to Me, the one with Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah. Why are you surprised though?
Because he used Jay and Silent Bob.
Why is it surprising though?
Do you know that's the Jay and Silent Bob sample, right?
Yeah, from Dogma.
Why? Like, what the fuck is he thinking about? Like, what made him? Was he sitting in bed thinking of watching Dogma one night? He's like, I'm gonna put that in a song. And if so, like, that's crazy to know, because I've been into Jay and Silent Bob for the last like 20 fucking years.
Of course, yeah. I know you've always liked them.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's crazy that he did that.
I think, well, they're big though. I mean, Kevin Smith is fucking super famous.
But
You know?
people don't put Jay and Silent Bob in their shit.
So your thought process is like, what's up with this? Why?
I'm geeking out over it.
For me, oh yeah, because I think you're a fan. That's
Yeah,
why.
I'm
for
geeking
me,
out over it.
For me, it's just like, he just took a snippet of like beautiful big titty women just on.
But people don't know.
Sky. Yeah.
And it's great how he used it. He used it like he starts off. You remember that clip, right? You remember the part in the movie?
From the movie, no. Well,
So what happens is
is
Jay.
that when Chris Rock falls out of the sky?
Right. So
Oh, yeah,
Jay,
yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob are walking, and they're trying to get Bethany to come back because Bethany's like done with them. She's so fed up with them. They were stranded outside the road,
Yeah.
and she's walking away. She's like, "I'm leaving you guys. Fuck you guys." And Bethany's walking off, and Jay and Silent Bob look at her and they go, "We fell in love with you," like because they thought they were gonna fuck her the whole time, and she's
Yeah.
like playing with them, saying, "Yeah, I'll fuck you if you give me a ride." She's joking, but she's just trying to give him a ride. So they're the whole time like, "Oh man, like we're gonna fuck this slut." Like they're like all into it, they're like fucking her.
Especially Jay.
And when and that's why when she left, they're like, "Oh, you're keeping our hopes up." Like they're trying to fuck her, and he's like, "I fell in love with you. We fell in love with you.
Yeah.
Guys like us just don't fall the fucking sky, you know." And then Chris Rock comes down, and that's when he comes into the mix.
Right.
And then he sees that and goes, Jay sees that and goes, "Oh shit, whatever I'm saying is happening." So that's why he goes, "Beautiful big titty women just don't fall the sky, you know." He's saying that like hoping it happens.
I don't remember that part. See,
So he's saying that guys like us just don't fall the sky, and then a guy falls out the sky, and that's why he says that. So
Wishing.
hoping, wishing, hoping, and that's what the fucking whole thing is. Like it's funny. That's like how he spun it, how he spun the fucking meaning of that shit.
That's just hilarious. Yeah, like, Dogma's like one of the best of that. You know how they have like a whole like series of it, right? You got like Clerks 2,
Yeah.
you know. Dogma is one of the funniest ones, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I Dogma and the original Clerks 1 and Clerks 2. Clerks 3 sucked. I didn't like it.
Why not?
I mean, I liked it a little bit only because it gave closure and like it's like, you know, it's part of the whole thing. But I did not like Clerks 3.
I'm glad it's over. Why'd you like it?
Bro, everything about it just didn't seem
Authentic.
Yeah, you know, like Clerks 1 is fucking hilarious, obviously, right? Clerks 2
Classic.
was even funnier in my opinion. Than
You
Clerks
think
1.
so? I
Yeah,
think Clerks 2 should never been done.
No,
No, I didn't like it.
I liked it so much, but the Clerks 3 was just like, so like, I don't know. It wasn't like, you know what I mean?
I'm glad it's
It was
over.
weird. Yeah.
Because it was getting. I mean, I liked it. I didn't think it. I think 1 is the only one that needs to be studied or looked at.
That one's
2
that
and 3
one's
are not.
You didn't like 2?
No,
Really? That one's so fucking hilarious.
it's good, but I just feel like it was unnecessary.
But you know
Very
how
unnecessary.
you know how they have like so many. You got Chasing Amy, you got Mallrats, you got
Yeah, I know
all
them all.
those.
Yeah.
But see, for me, I like Dogma a lot too. That one's pretty cool.
I love it, but
Yeah.
I'm surprised you say that because a lot of people don't feel that way.
Same with really, huh?
Yeah, Dogma's the least favorite of all of them.
What?
To a lot of people.
Well, that's crazy.
Not me.
I like that one a lot.
But a lot of people would say that.
Which one's your least favorite? Because I know, like, first time with Jane Silent Bob was hilarious.
Out of the first 5, what are we talking about? All of them all together?
First 5 was
The first 5 movies he did? We talk because you're talking about the string of movies. We talking about his whole career.
yeah. The whole career. Like,
Okay,
all of
so
them.
are you including the horror movies he did?
Well, horror movies.
Tusk?
Never saw Tusk. Never heard of it. So I'm not that much of a fan, I guess.
You never seen Tusk?
No.
About Red State.
Red State. Yes, I've seen that one. Yeah, that's a horror one. Yeah.
What'd you think of that one?
That's part of Kevin Smith's thing.
Kevin Smith made that movie.
Oh yeah, I do remember now. That one I barely remember that one.
So
though.
if
Vaguely
you
remember.
remember Red State, did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
And
Yeah.
you like Tusk. You know Justin Long?
Yeah, from Accepted and
Justin Long plays a. Let me just tell you the breakdown of the plot. I'm not going to give you anything spoilers, but this is the plot, and this will say on the back of the DVD if you read it, right? So Justin Long plays this podcaster. His sidekick, his buddy in the podcast, is Haley Joel Osment,
Whoa.
and they're both podcasters somewhere in the States. They end up deciding to do an interview somewhere in Canada, and Justin Long goes by himself, and he's going to do this interview with this kid who went viral for accidentally, like he was playing like with a saw or like a knife, and he accidentally cut off his hand on video, and it went viral, and that's why they want to interview him, like because they want to make fun of him. They're making fun of him, so they're scumbags, right? They're fucking the scumbags, right? And that's side. I shouldn't have said that. It's kind of ruining it for you. But he goes to interview. The interview falls through. He ends up at a bar, and he ends up seeing a flyer of a guy who lives in this old house, and he looks interesting to him. So he decides to call this guy up and do the interview with this guy. This guy's he's like a sailor on the Marines or in the Army or some shit in Canada, the Canadian Army. And so he decides, I'm going to call this guy and interview him, and he does. And the same guy, this old man who Justin Long wants to interview is the same old man, Michael Parks, who plays the bad guy in Red State.
Okay.
The church guy.
Okay,
Remember
yeah.
the church.
I vaguely remember that movie.
He's like a really evil Michael Parks. He's in Kill Bill. He's in From Dusk Till Dawn. He's the sheriff in the beginning of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, I do remember him now. Yeah.
That's
okay.
Michael Parks. So he's the antagonist of this movie, and he calls Justin Long over, or Justin Long goes over and interviews him, but turns out he gets surprised by Michael Parks in different ways than you would think, to where basically he's trapped in this house, and this evil man is trying to turn Justin Long into a walrus.
It's a walrus.
Yes. That's what it's about. He's surgically trying to turn Justin Long into a walrus.
What?
Slowly. And meanwhile, Justin Long it had kind of give signals on where he's going. He didn't give the exact location, but Haley Joe Osment, his buddy, and his Justin Long's girlfriend are teaming up, and they hire a private investigator played by Johnny Depp to find where Justin Long is before it's too late. That's what it's about.
Really? It's considered a horror movie?
Yeah, it's literally, it was right after Red State. It's literally, it's like almost the same vibe.
And is Kevin Smith is the
Yes,
the guy?
writer director.
What the hell? I don't know how I didn't know about this one. Yeah, I like Kevin Smith a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, he's
always
hilarious.
loved him.
So, what would you say is your least favorite then, out of all the?
Out of all of them, only because I really didn't like to give it a chance. It wasn't my style. Was this one called Hoosiers? Something, I forget the name of it. It's basically based off. It's a spinoff of Tusk, so it's like a comedy from Tusk, which is weird. So in Tusk, Justin Long goes before he goes to this old guy's. He goes up to the convenience store in Canada, and these two girls. One of them is in real life, Harley Quinn, who is the name of Kevin Smith's daughter.
Oh, right, yeah.
She plays one of the cashier clerks. She's like a teenager, and then her teenager, another girl, is Rose Depp, it's Johnny Depp's daughter. So they're both these two convenience store ladies, and Justin Long goes there, and he's making fun of them because they have a Canadian accent, and they're making fun of him because he's American. And it's like a little thing, a little scene where he's trying to find the mansion to do this interview, but he can't find it. But these girls help him, kind of give him the directions. So it's called Yoga Hoosers. That's what it's called, Yoga Hoosers. And I don't know what the fucking name, why it's called that, but basically it's like a Clerks version of these two girls at this convenience store. Oh. But like abnormal shit happens, like sci-fi shit happens, like when aliens come in, and it's like a weird. I tried watching, I couldn't get into it.
Interesting.
But he made it for his daughter, and he made it for, and then all the people from Tusk are in it. People from like Justin Long's in it again as someone else. Haley Joel Osment's in it. A lot of people from Red State's in it. Like it's like one of those movies. A lot of people from Red State are in Tusk. It's like a crazy ass mashup. It's weird.
That's interesting. I never heard of any of these, Tusk or Yoga Hoosiers.
Yeah.
You have a favorite? Is Clerks probably your favorite? You think the Clerks, the original Clerks,
My favorite,
or the Jane Silent Bob one?
My favorite would probably be have to be a Jane Silent Bob movie, so I have to go with Clerks, or I think Clerks.
Clerks has to be high. That was such a
Yeah.
That was like his first one, right?
Yeah.
Like his debut one, like in the 90s.
Clerks.
92 or something. That was dope. Black and white. I just rewatched it recently on Paramount or Peacock, one of those platforms.
It's on there?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to watch it
I think it's on Paramount. I'm not sure.
because I've been trying to watch it for a while.
It
I have the
sucks.
DVDs in storage, but I want to watch it.
It sucks that it doesn't have audio description. I saw that movie with Vision, right? Mm-hmm. And I it's hard for me to watch stuff without audio. You know what audio description is?
No.
Well, you don't know that? So basically, audio description is like subtitles for the deaf. Audio description is for the blind, meaning a person is in the background describing what's going on the whole time.
And you like that?
Yeah, well, I need it. Like, it's absolutely necessary for almost every movie. Okay, audio description blew up in the past 10 years, but before, when I used to watch movies, I was like, fuck, there's no audio description. So I'm just like
Guessing what's happening.
guessing, And when I first started watching Breaking Bad, for example, I watched it with your dad. You gave your dad the first season. I was watching it when I was living with him, and I'm having to guess what's going on, right? After each episode, I would go on YouTube, replay, I'll get like, what's it called? Like
someone reviews it.
Exactly. Someone reviews it. I would also go on IMDb and read the synopsis and the trivia, right? Ever since audio description came out, now it describes everything's going on. It's like I remember I was so excited when Breaking Bad came out with audio description. I rewatched every single episode, and it was like a whole new experience. It was crazy. But anyway,
Shut the fuck up.
yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's really cool.
Yeah, so like, it's like I rewatched it for the first time, bro. I didn't even know Walter White poisoned Brock until it came out with audio description. I was fucking like,
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Like I said,
But here's my question.
Yeah.
Can you imagine all the things you're missing still?
yeah, exactly. Even with audio description, they can't truly describe every detail.
Right.
So
But that's cool that they're getting there because that's great. That's great that you understood that. That was important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Like-
That's the whole problem at the end with Jesse
Je-
and Walt.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I remember like he's spinning.
And then one of the
gun.
things. Go ahead.
He's spinning the gun.
Right.
And it lands on him every time, and then it finally lands on the plant.
Right. They told you that.
Well, for audio description.
They told you that.
Yeah.
And then another thing, I don't know if they told you. Let me see if they told you this part. So there's a part where every time Brock sees Walter White after the poisoning, I'm quoting, I'm doing the air quotes right now, which you're not supposed to know. But every time, so basically you see Brock like 2-3 times after that,
Right.
with Walter in the room. There's a part where Walter goes to the house pretending to look for Jesse. Remember when they kept finding Jesse at the end? He's with Hank. And Hank's having him hiding, and everyone's looking for Jesse. The cops, Walters keeps calling him. Gus is everyone's calling him. Not Gus. The Nazis are trying to find him. Right, he's out there.
Yeah.
They're trying to find him. He goes to the girlfriend's house.
Andrea. Yeah.
And every time, that's one of the examples. And another time was when Brock when Brock was still, when they were still dating. It was literally right after he I forgot when it was. It was after when Walter was trying to help him find the cigarette.
Yeah.
And they came over one time or something like that. They were hanging out.
Yeah.
And Walter was there and said hi to him. Every time you see Brock and Walter after the poisoning, Brock's giving him a weird look.
See, they don't describe that with audio
Brock
description.
always, like, he doesn't look comfortable around him.
He always
like,
looks
doesn't say anything, but he just
Really?
looks at him like, ah. He's like a little chubby, cute kid, like looking, he's like, he always smiles all the time, but then when he sees Walter, he has a weird feeling about it. And they never, like, they never talk about it, but they show you. And it's like, I always wondered, does he know? Does he? Because it looks like he knows.
Does Brock know? You're just asking?
That's what it looks like. It makes you think, does he know that he poisoned him? Maybe he saw him at school that day. He saw him there. Like, it was weird. I saw you at the school, and then all of a sudden I got sick like that.
Wow.
And he kind of puts the two together. You know what I mean? Like, where maybe Brock picked it up, and they kind of insinuate that, which is very, very crazy.
I've seen enough YouTube videos about that show where they explain the exact same thing you're talking about. I'm like, wow, because they don't explain that with audio description, like, oh, he looks nervous or uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
He does look very uncomfortable every time.
Isn't
That's
that funny?
exactly the
Isn't that funny how much
word.
Isn't that funny how much I still miss, even with, like you said, with audio description? You know what I mean? Like, we still miss.
Yeah, but one day,
Details, you know?
the future is near. One day, dude. I mean, obviously, this is a step up. I remember when we were first talking. We talked about this in the first podcast we ever did with you.
Really?
Was the the iPhone was like the game changer, right? Like all the smartphone shit. Like you couldn't do shit back then with just like the flip phone.
Yeah, I remember we did talk about that first album.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I was telling you that I had to like memorize, two was ABC, and so forth. So I was texting without listening to, like, there wasn't no feedback. So I would just push, like, for example, Luis, I would press 5 3 times for the L,
Right.
So after the iPhone came out, I went to the blind school. That's where I learned how to use the iPhone, and shit, it was a game changer, man.
Right.
All the apps I could use, all the, so anyway,
Right. That's so crazy. So basically, like, you're living through that moment in life. Imagine the 50-year-old who saw that and like, damn, bro, like I'm 50 years old. It just happened. Imagine all the shit's gonna happen when you're 50. Like,
That's
what? Like,
point.
this shit's happening. Now.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Bro, it's interesting because, like, when I watch your episodes, there's so many times where I'm like into the interviews where I'm like, I want to like throw my 2 cents in. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hey,
like,
do it.
you know what I mean? How do you? Well,
The comments.
Oh, comments. Okay, yeah. I know you told me that last time. Like,
You watch it on YouTube?
I watch it on Spotify.
Okay.
Can you comment on Spotify?
I asked questions. I don't know if you could see them.
The only question I saw was the one like Adam Rodriguez.
Yeah.
He said, "Is he real Mexican?"
I started posting.
Yeah.
I used to post all the time.
Uh-huh.
Like, you would randomly just default like, oh, do you like this episode? It would just, like, a lot of them, the old episodes have default that. I can edit them, but the people would never respond. So that's why I kind of started doing them.
But with YouTube, you can comment on YouTube, huh? For sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it helps too.
It's funny, man, because like I'm so immersed. I'm like, you guys are thinking about something, a subject, or like something that happened. I'm like,
Just
it's
put it
this.
in there.
Yeah.
Or if you see the YouTube video, put it in there. Like,
All right. Then what were we talking about just now? I completely forgot.
You had a thought, and then you wanted to wait. Was that it?
Yeah, that's basically
was the
it.
thought?
Yeah. But before that, what were
We were talking about like accessibility options on your phone and shit.
Yeah.
But what you want to still talk about that, or?
Well, yeah, we basically wrapped it up. Like, but yeah, but I'm just grateful that there is audio description now, because look at subtitles, right? For the deaf, it's been around for way longer. It's always an option, right? Pretty soon, like, okay, there's still a lot of content that doesn't have audio description. Pretty soon, one day, everything's gonna have it. So I can't wait for that day, because I'm still watching movies now, like, where they don't have it sometimes. So
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a game changer, man. Like I said, with Breaking Bad, man, it's like rewatching all over again.
That's
So,
amazing. I love Breaking Bad. That's crazy that you watched it.
That's
by
my
description.
That's my number one show by far ever.
What other shows have you seen like that audio description?
Well, almost everything has it now. Like Better Call Saul, I watched that with audio description.
You watch all of them?
Yeah. I almost liked it better than Breaking Bad.
It was really good. It was really good.
Like, it was so well written, and like it didn't have all that. Don't get me wrong, I like Badger and Skinny Pete and whatever, but like it was kind of silly sometimes, But like Better Call Saul didn't have any of that, like, foo-foo or whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Right.
It was a lot more serious,
the
I guess.
foo-foo.
Do you? Yeah.
I did. I liked the foo-foo a lot.
I mean, it was. Don't get me wrong. Like, I liked it, but like, it was totally different. But it was also more serious. Like, where, like, okay, I watched it, for example, with Sylvia's son Lucas, or, the youngest. He really liked Breaking Bad, but he couldn't get into Better Call Saul at all.
A lot of people can't.
Why is that though? Why is that?
It's because it's about lawyers. No one gives a fuck about lawyers, especially the first 2 seasons, first 3 seasons. It's about lawyers. It's about a fight between 2 brothers who are lawyers.
That's a good point.
And that's boring. But if you really look at the like Chuck was a heavy fucking character. Like, he was like
Intense.
he was the reason why Saul was the way he was, which is crazy.
You find out how shitty he was.
Right. But and it's like crazy to think that, like, how, I don't know.
You're right, though.
It's just yeah.
You're right though. After the lawyer stuff, it was more like the Nacho and like
Right.
the cartel stuff.
But even then, it's like, and that's where I really, like, in the first couple seasons, I hated it. because I watched every episode as it came out, and it was so slow. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this lawyer shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once it's over, like the big picture, I get it. I get why we needed to see all that lawyer shit. It had to do very, very much with the main picture, like the main, the full picture.
Was a lot of character building too with Saul. I mean, yeah, Saul.
Exactly.
And you get to see how he transformed from James McGill to Saul Goodman. You saw the transformation in that one episode where he's in the court and it looks so authentic. And then even what's her name, Ray Seahorn. What's her real name? What's her name in the show? Kim. She says, "Oh my God, like that was from the heart." And James McGill, did they believe it? Remember? We're like, what?
Right.
It was all fucking
right. I believe. I saw that. I saw that coming.
Right?
I saw that coming. I saw it coming because they hate each other. I mean, they're both being at war with each other.
But didn't it seem authentic and like
it did? But I saw it coming. I totally saw it coming.
I guess it is predictable,
Yeah, because I was waiting for that switch. When was he going to turn into Saul Goodman?
That same episode where he's like, "Oh, call me Saul Goodman." Remember, he's like, "I'm going to change my name."
That's the episode. Oh, that's good.
Right? Isn't it? Or would you say?
Yeah, it is the same episode. But I'm wondering if you saw like there's things where like the very first episode, right? Jimmy's doing some shit.
The first episode of the first season
of Better Call Saul.
Okay.
I'm talking about this on the podcast. People are probably going to hate me. Okay, it's my podcast. There's a part where in the very, I don't know if the audio description told you this, but there's a part of the very first season where you're learning who these characters are. But one of the first things you see Kim and Saul do is they go into the parking structure, like the parking lot, like it's like like the parking lot, like it's closed in, like. Talking about like
is it a
like
parking
at a hospital?
structure?
Yeah, a parking structure. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So they're there, but they're smoking a cigarette.
Okay, yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
But the way the light is hitting them, it looks like bars on them. So it's like literally the last scene is when she sneaks her way into his cell, or it's like she goes to meet with him and pretends to be his lawyer. And it's like, what are you doing? He's like freaking out, and she goes, I used my. She still had her credentials, and she used it to get in there and pretend he's his lawyer. Just she scammed the prison guards. So basically, what they both would do, they would scam. She scammed her way into seeing him and just talking to him, and they smoked a cigarette in that room.
I remember that, yeah.
And he was like impressed that she did it, but they were smoking it the same way they were in that parking structure.
Wow.
Except he's in prison now. But in the first episode, there's like the way the lighting is, it's like bars. So it's like they told you in the first episode,
like foreshadowing
that it's, and then even then, like the first. So in every single season, the very first thing you would see in the season was Gene, saw as Gene
in the first season.
Every single season, in the very first episode, the very first thing you'd see is Gene doing something.
Really, Gene Tabernacle, whatever.
Yeah,
like
they would every single season would start off with him, black and white,
I did not know
doing
that.
something.
I did not know that.
And the second season, he goes to take out trash, and he gets locked in that little trash room.
Okay, remember that?
He's in his own little prison. Like they hinted the whole ending at the whole series. They hinted it.
Did the writers know that from the beginning? Then
they
did know
had
that?
to have.
Peter,
they had to have.
Vince Gilligan and whatever. Peter Gould. No way. Yeah,
Yes.
they did, huh?
Yes.
I thought they kind of rewrote. Like I thought they were writing as it went along.
No, they had to have. They knew it because even when he's locked in that room for like an hour and a half, he's only locked there for an hour and a half until someone comes in, opens, lets him out. He carves Saul was here. In the wall with the knife. He calls Saul's there. And when he goes to prison, he does the same thing. And then one of the things also that is like whenever it would show him working at Cinnabon, it was showing him mixing the dough. When he's in prison, he's mixing dough.
Yeah.
He's doing the same shit he was doing. So basically he was in his own prison, but now he's in an actual prison.
I do remember that, yeah.
So it's basically like it's like showing you that it doesn't matter how he lives his life, he's still gonna be in that prison and paying for all the shit he did.
Crazy. That it's so well written, huh? Mm-hmm. It's so well written. There's so many little like foreshadowing and stuff like that,
Oh yeah.
Crazy, huh? How do we get to that? Okay, yeah. Breaking Bad. It's all good, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know where we're. I feel like it's crazy because we always go off on tangents. I feel bad because we're talking about Oliver Tree and then we go
Kanye.
Kanye.
I'm here for the Kanye, man.
That's true,
Kanye. What's your favorite song on that album?
By far, Burn. Burn is by far my favorite. Well, obviously, like Do It. I really like a lot, but that's more like a radio song to me. You know?
Did he change it? It didn't used to have Back That Ass Up because you were telling me that.
Yeah. See, okay.
The original didn't have Back That Ass Up on it, huh?
No, I don't think so.
And this one does.
This one does. You notice that, right?
Yeah.
On the last half of the song, or towards the end, it has Back That Ass Up. Yeah, he samples Back That Ass Up. Yeah.
That's super dope.
Yeah,
I love it.
I like it too. See, Do It. Okay, it's like a great radio song to me. I really like it a lot, but my favorite one is Burn by far.
I love Burn.
Do you have a favorite one so far?
Back to Me.
Back to Me.
Back to Me. Jay and Silent Bob. Maybe that's why.
Something about it, like
you don't like it.
I like it, but I'm not a huge like. Okay,
bro, the drums are sick on that shit.
It is pretty dope. Okay, but if I wouldn't put it in my top 5. Like the top, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah,
We're
I mean,
fighting at the concert. We're moshing.
Okay, no, the thing is, there's so many good ones that it's how do I put it? Okay, there's only 2 songs on there that I'm like not a big fan of. So like all the other 14 are so good that I'm like, it's hard to put like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, the reason why I don't put it in my top 5 because I got Burn, I got what else is on there? Good Don't Die. That was a really amazing one. I like that. I think it's Donna Summers, right?
I don't even know, but yeah, it's a sample.
Yeah.
Some sample.
You got Burn. You got Good Don't Die. You got I can't even think. Do It. You got even Vultures. I like for some reason a lot with Lil Durk and all them. You know.
I feel like it grew on me too.
Yeah.
'Cause I didn't like it when it first came out, and I would always avoid it. Like, you know, like when I see it on mixes and playlists and shit. But now I feel like you make me change something about it because it hits different.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And not only that, like Stars, the beginning, Stars, Keys to My Life. Like, what's the third one that you got? Even what's the one? Paperwork with Quavo. I first heard it. I wasn't that big into it, and I really liked it a lot towards the end. Like I really liked that one a lot. You got Hood Rat, for example, too. Do you like Hood Rat? You
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah.
I didn't like it at first.
I love that song.
and I like it a lot now. Like,
Yeah.
especially with the lyrics. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's really like whore. He says whore. I'm like, did he say whore?
Yeah.
He says it like it was normal.
The way the lyrics are so fucking.
He says it weird. Whore. I'm like, what?
That's what I'm saying. And Back to Me, like I like it, but something about it's like I said, it's up there for sure.
Honestly, I've heard of Freddie Gibbs. I know who he is. I'm aware of him. I've heard a couple of his songs and they're good. But he really impressed me with this. Like he really made me a fan. Like I'm not I don't listen to his shit.
Yeah.
But everyone tells me Alfredo's a really good album. I'm gonna listen to that. He has a song called Alfredo. It won a Grammy. Or I think it won a Grammy. Yeah, I think it won a Grammy for Album of the Year for 2018.
Really?
Which it beat what I was telling you, the Allegory, Royce 5'9". And that's how I found out about him. Is that like there was this rap page on Instagram that posted like all the nominees for greatest rap album for 2018. And I remember the only one I knew that and I listened to like religiously was The Allegory by Royce the 5'9". And I remember thinking like, dude, or 2019. I was like, dude, this has got to win. This has to win. Maybe it was 2020.
And Freddie Gibbs album won.
Freddie
over?
Gibbs won.
Really?
Yeah, Alfred. And I was like, well, what happened? Well, before he even won the Grammy, someone put on this page that I was reading, who do you want to win? You know, and I put, I just posted. I put, Allegory, Royce 5'9". Everyone else, Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs. I'm like, who the fuck? I didn't know what the. And then he won, and I'm like, dude, there's got to be something to this. So I kind of heard some songs on it. It's good, but I've never heard actual project. But I like him. I'm actually starting, and he's my age too. He's 85, I believe. Yeah.
Really? Born in 85? Okay. Crazy. So okay, going back to Me though, like what? You get like the drums, but
The drums are really sick, and then like just like the whole sound of it, like that singing, all the singing parts are like hit great, and then the fact that like Kanye kind of brushes on he kind of raps a little bit. He took out the Urkel part, which is funny. He kept the line in, but he had Steve Urkel saying it.
Oh, that'd been funnier.
Remember he did on the original.
That'd be dope.
He had Steve Urkel, but he took it out, and he does it.
I don't remember the original.
The original was when he goes, he says, I got nerds doing something. I got Urkel in your bitch. Did I do that?
But he actually had Urkel saying.
But he has, Family Matters.
Right,
Steve
right.
Urkel. He would always say, "Did I do that?" And they had Urkel going, "Did I do that?"
That's
like they
funny.
stretched it out to make him say it, and Kanye would say it over it. So they both said it at the same time, but they took Urkel out. So now it's just Kanye going, "Did I do that?"
Gotcha.
But the original, you can hear it.
Funny
on
how
YouTube.
that's funny. That's like this. I don't know if it's more than 2, but I know that's the first reference of Family Matters was in MBD.
Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Remember Car Winslow?
That's funny you mentioned that. Did you hear about the controversy with that with
What do you
T Pain?
No.
So T-Pain, I'll play it for you right now. In the video, I'll play it for you right now. There's a clip of T-Pain. He has a podcast now where he like streams on Twitch.
What do you mean on the video player? What do you mean like?
You know who T-Pain is, right?
Yeah.
He does he's very, very active on like podcasts. Like he has his own like, it's not even a podcast. He just talks like it's a streamer. He talks to the camera. Like we're doing now, but he's by himself talking.
Okay.
He'll play video games and he'll just like talk.
Kind of like Bill Burr or like.
Yeah, but he talks and he tells stories about like back in the day. Like, oh, this happened.
Yeah.
And he tells a story about like Michael Jackson recently. Like there was a song of him, Usher, and Michael Jackson. They were gonna do the Usher and him had did their parts, and they went to go to Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson was still in limbo about doing it.
Yeah.
And I guess someone leaked it. Like one of the engineers leaked it, And once it got leaked, and Michael Jackson's like, I don't want to do it anymore. And they're like, fuck, like the fucking engineer fucked it up for everybody. Anyways, he tells stories like that, and he plays the song so you can hear it. You know, like this is what it sounded like. And he tells a story about, anyways, on this platform he has, I think it's Twitch. He does this story about how he had went to Kanye.
Let me talk about a time that one of my corny lines got stolen. I'm so prepared for this, and I love this. Bro, Kanye stole one of my corny lines. Kanye stole one of my corny lines after he told me it was corny. I was working on Watch the Throne, and I was so proud of my new mixtape that I had coming, and it was mostly rap. There was a lot of rap on my shit. And I was showing Kanye my shit to be like, is this good rap? And, you know, I really wanted his fucking opinion. Like, I was dying. Like, it's fucking Kanye, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a chance to show Kanye my fucking raps. And it was either pre-Volver. It was one of the pre-mixtapes before I released it. And on one of the songs, I said, I got beef like 2 burgers. You niggas win slow. And I'm smarter than Steve Urkel.
Lick shots and make a team jump like 3 hurdles. You niggas win slow and I'm smarter than Steve Urkel.
Now, keep in mind, the Winslow family, right? Corny as fuck. I knew it was corny. I knew it was corny when I said it. Kanye confirmed it. He was like, don't ever say anything ever like that. And then after that, one of his bars was, too many Urkels, that's why you win slow.
Fresh air rolling down the window. Too many Urkels on your team, that's why you win slow.
And I was like, did this nigga try to get me to not say my shit so he could say it? And I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Bro, it kind of reminds me of like Carlos Mencia situation.
No, but Kanye is known for this.
Oh, is he? Yeah,
Like, have you heard All Day?
All Day.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That song?
Yeah.
Have you heard the original? Mm-mm. The original had Kendrick Lamar on it. And you could hear why he took Kendrick Lamar off. He obviously paid Kendrick Lamar a price, right? I'm assuming this is what happened. He did business with Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar came in, wrote the song, did his verse, and then Kanye went, paid him. I own this. I own your verse. He took his verse and he uses it in the song.
24/7, 365 days, everybody getting paid. Nigga looking at me like I'm worth both MJs.
Took Kendrick off the song, but uses parts of his verse.
So Kanye raps like same verse that the Kendrick rap, but himself did it.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
24/7, 365 days, everybody getting paid. Go crazy. Niggas looking at me like I'm worth both MJs.
And basically, yeah, he owns it. He has the right to do whatever he wants with it. And I don't know if maybe because Kendrick hasn't worked with him since. Maybe he's salty about it. But all I know is that you can hear the original now on YouTube, which is crazy. We have a platform like that. You can hear the original and the Kanye version. You can hear the differences.
So Kanye's rapping the same thing, same verse.
Not the same, but he takes pieces of his verses and says it his own way.
Interesting, man. Interesting.
Right.
What does that do to you? Like, how does that make you?
I've already known about this about Kanye, so I'm not worried about that. Mm-hmm. I'm interested, like the sounds, like the back to me, like going back to the back to me. Like it's not just the samples, it's not just the song, it's the way he shoots it. Like he basically did. Okay, the song starts, it's gibberish, chorus. You can't hear you can't even hear what's going on. You hear kind of like someone talking, but it's like it's mumbled, it's muttered. Someone's muttering, and all of a sudden, Tyler Dollar Sign comes in and starts singing in the same kind of, movement, but he's saying words that are different. Obviously, there's different. Like I don't know if it's a sample before, but and then Tyler Dollar Sign starts singing, "Let's keep going, let's keep," and he does his part, mm-hmm. and then it goes to Kanye rapping verse,
right?
Okay, right. And then it breaks down into all of a sudden, like the song structure is crazy. Then it goes into then that's when he usually introduces Jay back into the scenario. Beautiful, naked, big titty, beautiful women just don't fall out the sky, And then that goes 4 times. Sky, sky, Mm-hmm. Beautiful, big titty, just got sky, and then he goes high, valuable. He just starts rhyming with it. Goes high, na na na. Da, na, na. Beautiful, big titty, sky. He does that like 4 times, and then he goes back into the sample. Mumbling, and then Ty Dolla Sign, and then he goes into Freddie Gibbs. That's the crazy music format. Like if you look at the format, it's like, why?
That's not really normal
It's
format?
normal, not normal at all.
Okay.
But he did it, and it fun. It's fun. It's fun to listen to.
Is that your favorite one in the album?
Yes, I mean right now it's fun to listen to because it does these things that are unconventional, and then you pull out, and that's the thing too. Is I wonder with the same we're talking about the Kendrick Lamar shit. Like the first thing was this is shit that make rap people mad. He says the N word, but I say people. He goes this is shit that make rap people mad. Kanye comes out with that, right? He starts his verse first, but what if Freddie gives it his verse first, and he started it like that? This is what makes rap people mad, and then Kanye did his verse, and he's like, I'm gonna do the same thing he did, and make like a theme. That's what I think happened.
Gotcha.
So it's like a theme, and then like, where are we at? People on the map, and I think that's the same thing. Is where Freddie Gibbs used that as ad-libs for his part, but he put it in his. I'm gonna say this, and have Freddie Gibbs ad-libbing me. Boom, doo doo doo, da da da, doo 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 doo, da da da. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think he does that on purpose. Like it's an art thing. It's an art thing. It's a complete like art structure thing. He just takes and evolves and adds and just it becomes so takes out things and becomes a whole new thing.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't know. You know all that. You know, like all that little.
That's why I like that song.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I do like it. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like I don't know. It's more of a to me. I find it more of like a funny type. You know what I mean? Sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's cool. I really like it, especially like Jane Silent Bob. I'm a fan of them too. You know, so. But okay. How many times have you listened to the album? Have you heard it a few
Probably
times?
3 times.
And then like were there songs? Okay, like let me ask you a question about Carnival. How did you like Carnival the first time?
I didn't really respond to it well. I didn't think anything of it, but a couple times into it, I like it.
I had to listen to it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, this
Me
is
too.
pretty dope. Because
Burn was something you put me on.
okay,
Go back to Carnival.
Okay. No, let's go back to Burn real quick.
Okay.
How did you feel about Burn when you first heard it?
I honestly don't even remember it.
So it's just kind of irrelevant. It's
Yes,
like,
I skipped over it maybe,
Yeah.
or heard it a couple times and cared for it. But it wasn't until you were like, "Dude, Burn is hot,"
That's
and
my
I was
favorite
like,
one. That's my
"Okay,"
favorite one.
and I threw it on, and I'm like, "Dude, everything about it's great," and it's the same thing I was talking to you about. He does an unconventional structure with it. It's one verse. He goes into one verse.
Yeah.
Tyler Allison does a chorus in the beginning and the end, but there's one verse in it. It's like a minute and a half, 1:45, the song, and it makes sense. It's good. It's a good song.
Yeah, I like the fact that the album's not too long. 55 minutes long, I think it is, or something like that, you know? Okay, so go back to Carnival. What were your first thoughts when you first heard it? Like, how did you feel? Like, what was it? Like,
I just remember being, it was dark. It felt dark.
It is dark.
It felt very dark.
Yeah. And then, like, okay, do you like Playboy Cardi? Do you like, who was it on that track? Playboy Cardi and Rich the Kid, right? In the beginning?
Yeah.
See, do you like Rich the Kid and Playboy Cardi?
I've heard a couple of Richard Kid. I don't really know Richard Kid that well, but Playboy Cardi, I know him. I know there's one song I really like of his. It's called Kid Cudi. You know that song?
No.
It's really good.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing with Playboy Cardi, like he's like a lot of the kids like him, you know, like Lucas, like
Yeah.
you know, a lot of the youngsters like Playboy Cardi. I'm like, why? And he has he does a lot of weird voices, like baby voices and like weird voices.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I couldn't get into that.
Me neither. But somehow it works for Carnival, only because maybe I'm a Kanye fan. I don't know. But when I first heard it, I was like, this is fucking weird. This is a weird song. Like I also wasn't like, I don't know. It wasn't like a rap song. It was more like I don't even know how to explain it, but it was weird at first, and then after I listened to like 3, 4, 5 times, I was like, damn, this is pretty dope. You know what I mean? It's a banger for sure. And then what about like Praise God or Praise God is amazing. Or Paid. What about Paid? Do you like Paid?
Dude, I couldn't tell you.
What do you mean?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what it sounds like right now.
Okay, then Paid is like Friday night, let's all get paid. Friday night, let's all get paid.
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah.
It's more like a club song. You know?
Yeah.
I really like that. I like how it's so different. Like you got regular, like it's so much different styles of music in that and all the whole album. You know what I'm saying? Paid is dope, and then you got like Praise God.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun,
Talking about
dun,
Paid?
dun, dun. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Friday night, let's all get paid.
Okay,
Friday
yeah, I
night,
remember
let's
that
all
song.
get
Yeah.
paid.
Who was singing that? Tyler Allison, right? Yeah,
it's
that's Tyler Allison.
Maybe it's
Oh yeah, maybe Kanye.
I'm not sure, but like, it's so cool, man. Like everything is so different. It's not like boring, you know. Like okay, like I like Drake, right? But Drake, I feel like a lot of times his albums just like kind of like linear. It's all the same shit throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes don't get me wrong, he's a fucking great artist, but Kanye's just so fucking like, what's the word? Like, I don't want to use the word eclectic, like, you know what I mean? But like, it's so like, like different. You know what I mean? It's so
Right,
weird. You know what I mean?
right.
It's so he doesn't. You don't get bored with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? You don't get bored, and you gotta like praise God. That was I mean beg forgiveness. That's what beg forgiveness. That's what
Right.
Chris Brown. Anyway,
Yeah.
there's so many good ones on it. You know what I mean? The last two songs though, like I still don't have like. I'm still not too problematic and King. The last two songs, I'm not too fond of. And I think when I was going through the whole track list, I went on Google and I was like, I went through each track list, right? Each track.
Yeah.
And Kanye produced every single song except for the last one. Did you know that?
Of which one? What song is it?
King. The last one.
Oh no, who did it?
I don't know. I don't remember who produced it, but he produced every single song except for King.
Right.
And I don't know if that's the reason why I don't like it. I don't know, but like,
Oh,
did you go through?
I know. I do, but I haven't done it yet.
Okay. It's interesting. Like JPEG Mafia produced, like is part of all that. You know.
Who's that?
I don't know who that is, but I noticed JPEG Mafia's in that, and like. But anyways, it's interesting how like Kanye produced. Like that's what's so amazing about Kanye, man. He's a producer, writer, rapper, fucking everything. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
We're gonna skate to one song only.
Dude, so if you had to like, I mean, I know you don't know too many of the track things right now, but like if you had to put, I know Back to Me. What are the top three then? If you had two other ones, that you could pick out?
Back to Me. Burn now because of you.
Burn.
Uh,
You could pick one other one, only one other one. Top three.
I have to look at the track list. Can you name them for me? You can't name them.
Yeah, cause you got Stars, Keys to My Life. That's in the beginning. You got Talking. You got Hood Rap, Problematic.
Talking's it was good. Do it for
It.
sure. What else?
You got Paperwork with Quavo. You got I know I was trying to look at my the track list when you left. And I was like, damn, I couldn't even find it fast enough. But the last two was Problematic and King, which I'm not a big fan of too much. But what was up there? Hood Rat, Paperwork. Man, I can't think right now. But anyway, like Burn for sure.
Pull it out.
Carnival. Okay, yeah, just check it out. Look, watch, check it out. Let's see. Go to Spotify real quick.
Let people know. Put it in your mic. Let everyone hear it.
Let's see if they hear it.
The speaker's on the bottom. The speaker's on the bottom of your phone.
Oh yeah, but yeah. All right, I'm putting it like this. 'Cause like
Right.
here.
Perfect.
Joe Rogan Experience, Tiger Belly, the Joey Licea, Soft White Underbelly, Meditation Self, STD Podcast.
They said
Andrew
Joey
Schultz
Licea, I'll
off the
kill
record.
them.
Andrew Schultz's latest off the record, recently played. Like songs, 444, Jay-Z,
You guys are checking it out. How he does this. You guys are looking at fucking
Ye, The Life of Pablo, Jesus, Watch the Throne,
this guy.
Watch the Throne, Graduation, Late Registration, The College
Dude, I
Dropout,
might
8 Hands and
cut
Dark Green
off.
K, Vultures 1, Behind the Vultures
There's
1.
Vultures one. Like check it out. We got the track list right here.
Stars, Kanye West, Ty Dolla
We got
Sign,
Stars,
button. Keys to My Life, Kanye
Keys
West,
to My Life,
Paid, Kanye West,
Paid,
Ty Dolla Sign,
Paid.
Listen,
I really like
download
Paid.
Added to playlist, button.
Friday night, let's all
Actions
get
available.
paid.
Talking,
Right.
Kanye West, Ty Dolla Sign.
Talking,
Back to Me, Kanye West,
Back to
Ty-
Me,
Hood Rat, Kanye West, Ty
Hood
Dolla Sign.
Rat,
Do It, Kanye West, Ty Dolla Sign.
Do
Listen,
It,
Paperwork, Kanye West,
Paperwork.
Ty Dolla Sign. Burn, Kanye West, Ty Dolla Sign.
Burn.
Fuck Song, Kanye West, Ty Dolla
Oh,
Sign.
fuck
Listen.
some. Fuck some.
Fuck something.
You like that one?
Future.
Future. Who was in that one? You got.
It's Future.
Isn't there someone else on that too?
I don't know. I
Wait,
thought it
wait,
was just
did-
Future.
did you
and
like that
Kanye.
one? Did you like-
That's a good song.
See, I didn't like that one at first, man.
Just the whole vibe.
Huh?
I'm trying to fuck something right.
Fuck some,
No.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Future, yeah.
That's a good like the vibes. You know,
You like that one a lot?
it's good.
See, when I first heard it, I didn't like it.
I liked it.
I don't like it.
I like
And
this in the
I
drum.
had to listen to it a few times, going, "Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's dope." You know?
I love Future, dude.
Oh,
Future's so
Future.
addicting.
Explicit.
Yeah.
Like he's like one of the guys I didn't want to like, but I love him. He's so like misogynistic. It's crazy.
Is he really?
Oh yeah,
didn't know that shit.
You can't.
What? What happened?
You can't see,
Huh?
but you can't see, but there's so many memes. Like there's one of him. These two girls are kissing in the woods. I don't know what this picture was for. It's a photography thing. And Future's coming out the tree, like right behind him. There's a tree. These two girls are kissing in front of a tree, and Future is peeking out of the side, doing the peace sign, like the backwards peace sign.
Like this?
Yeah, like that,
Okay.
like he's like peeking on these girls. I don't know why. There's another picture. You know how he does it? He goes, "She's for the streets." You heard that? Someone's like, my girl's cheating on me, and he'll tell him like I forgot what it's like a viral video back in the day. He tells the guy, Future tells the guy, "Hey man, she's not for you. She's for the streets." And that's like a thing that came. You ever heard of that phrase before? For the streets.
I don't think so.
Like if someone cheats on you or something, be like, "Hey bro, she wasn't for you. She's for the streets."
Oh, okay.
That he invented that. He's like so misogynist. And then he there's a picture of him reading a book on an airplane, where the book is it says how to why women deserve less.
What the fuck? That's horrible.
It's like me. It's like, but it's like he's like known for being
Really?
a misogynist. Like that, he thrives off of it. He loves it. He does it on purpose.
It's almost like his like
yes,
shtick.
yes,
His shtick. You know,
he is and that's where the main things that happened. He produced Donda 2, which we still haven't heard yet. I mean, it's out there. It's on SoundCloud and shit. Remember Donda 2 came out? No, the stem player had it. If you had a stem player, you had it exclusively.
I didn't know.
Remember the stem player?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why the whole point of it was that you buy the stem player, you get Donda 2. It comes with it.
And Future produced it?
Most of the songs.
Really?
And everyone was tripping out because knowing what you know now of him, right? And then Kanye went through a divorce. Now everyone was like, dude, this album's going to be fucking historical, bro. Everyone thought it was going to be like the most misogynistic album ever because Future produced it. Like, Future's like, hey, bro, you went through a divorce? I got you.
Fuck these bitches.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what the vibe was. Like, oh, shit.
That's
Future's producing it? Like, everyone who knows Future's reputation and knowing that he's producing Kanye's album, everyone was like, dude.
I didn't know that about Future.
Yeah, that's a stick. That's his shtick. Like, you just said it perfectly. That's just
What the hell?
He is. I don't know if it's real or if he's playing into it, but he definitely is known for being like that fuck something kind of guy.
I bet he plays into it more than anything.
I bet.
But I'm sure,
100%.
like, you know,
and
I'm
especially
sure,
him being associated with Drake.
Yeah.
That's why Drake associates with him. I think
Crazy.
because like Drake wants to be known for being that guy too.
Dude, let me finish his last track list because there's only a few songs. Let me see.
Paperwork. Kanye West. Do it. Kanye West. Type it. Foot rap. Kanye West. Back to me.
You
Kanye
got-
West. Talking. Do it. Paperwork. Burn. Food song. Vultures.
Folk
Kanye
song,
West.
Vultures.
Kanye West. Carnival. Kanye West.
Carnival,
Kanye
Beg
West.
Forgiveness,
Kanye West.
Problematic, and
Kanye
King.
West.
That's it. But yeah,
Yeah,
just
I
wanted to
couldn't
see-
tell you the names. I could tell you the vibes.
Right. And real quick, going back to Drake. Do you hear about that leak shit with Drake?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. I mean, it's
I
kind of.
heard it. We can talk about it. But I'm angry.
Why are you angry? What do you mean?
It's because he did it on purpose, bro.
That's my first thought too. That's
And it's
obviously,
probably
you know.
fake. It's probably a fake photo. Has to be.
You think so?
Dude, he's too cocky, bro. He did that on purpose. And you know why he did it? Did you hear For the
Makes
Dogs?
sense. Yeah.
That's why he did it. You know why. If you heard For the Dogs as a man, if you listen to For the Dogs, you know why he did it.
Interesting. I never heard this take before. You know what I mean? Like I never heard like.
He's salty. He's salty about losing Rihanna. He's salty. He plays off of his ego, which that's basically what I've realized in years is that's what the men's genitalia is as a metaphor. It's all about ego. Like, you know what I mean? Like from my perspective, maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. And let me be wrong. Yeah. But I feel like penises for men, it's a way of like structuring dominance for men. Like if I have a bigger penis, I'm better than you for some reason.
That's a good point.
But for women, what I've noticed is that's not a thing. They are all about they're not about big. I mean, maybe some girls are, but from the majority that I ask people at work, mainly women that I work with, who are comfortable talking about the situation.
Right.
What they thought. And a lot of them were overwhelmed by it, saying, no, hell no.
Overwhelmed, what do you mean?
Too big.
Oh, yeah.
Too big. And I'm like, nah, don't lie to me. I'm trying to pull there's got to be some girls out there who, maybe they're afraid to admit it, but the general consensus I got was girls are not interested in that.
Well, that's the truth, right? I know the majority of women don't like too big is too big, right? But girls are loving the fact that it's big. You know what I'm saying? Like I think, or is it more for guys? Like you said, I'm proving that I'm bigger than all these other dudes. Right. Okay.
That's what it is.
Interesting.
It's an ego thing.
That's the first.
Obviously,
that's my first reaction too. Like, there's no way this shit leaked by accident. That's
right.
And the second thought was like, all you see is, I mean, I don't know, I can't see the picture, but what I hear is like,
you are blessed.
There's no face. There's no.
You are blessed.
Right.
You can't see the picture.
Did you see it? Did you see it by any chance?
I have not seen it, and I will refuse to see it not just on principle alone. I don't think it's fair. I should see it because, like I said, it's not a thing. It's not a thing that men should focus on.
That's a good point. It's funny because like I hear Aiden Ross and like, you know who Aiden Ross is?
Yeah.
And like Adam 22, they're fucking feud like, oh, he took my fucking comment about Drake if he has a missile, blah blah. Anyway, it's just funny how like all these dudes are like watching this shit, going like, you know what I mean? They're all obsessed about Drake's,
Right. And it is what it is. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. I mean, maybe it is a big deal, but it's. I mean, I'm just saying, like in the literal sense.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be a big deal when it comes to pop culture,
Right.
or even like newsworthy.
Yeah, I just find it funny because when it happened, that's all you heard about, right? I mean, you hear about all TikTok and fucking social media. We're like, what the, Anyway, to me, when I see stuff like that happen, like everything's so planned in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like look at Bobby Altoff, right? Like it's her thing, how like she plays this like stone face like type like dry humor. You know what I mean? And like. Remember when the whole Bobby Altoff interview?
Oh, Bobby Altoff. Okay.
Remember when she did the podcast with Drake?
Mm-hmm.
Like all these speculation. Oh, Drake had sex with Bobby Altoff. Blah, blah. It's like, dude, that's all planned. It's just to get shit going.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
right.
But anyway, it's just funny. It's just funny content to talk about, like, when it happens, But,
Right.
Anyway.
Definitely, 100%.
Crazy, huh?
Really crazy.
Fucking Drake, dude. And the thing is, the reason why I thought it was legit, too, because I was like, Drake doesn't need this shit. But... maybe. I don't know. Does he? It's a publicity?
For him, for his ego.
He does have a big ego, huh?
Right. That's why.
Interesting.
That is why.
And he's very
100%.
competitive. He's very competitive too, huh?
And that's what pisses me off. It's like, dude, you're good. You don't need any more ego boosting. You're good. We've seen his house.
Yeah.
Like he's, I don't know if it's probably him too. Now that we're seeing these dick pics of him, there's videos of him, like videos of his house, of his mansion. He's a mansion, like huge fucking mansion. And he makes songs about it. Like, I have to use a fucking a radio to order me a beverage. Like, it's like, goddamn, bro. Like, he talks about it. His house is a compound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has everything. He has the car. He can get anything he wants. So it's like, what more? Like, and that's kind of what I've told someone at work the other day. Is like, she tried to show me the dick pic, and I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to give him power. Not that it's giving him power, but I just feel like it's more of like, dude, I'm a hater. Obviously I'm a hater by saying this. I can't wait for the day he loses. I can't, because we saw a little bit of it with the fucking Pusha T, and it's his day's coming.
We're talking about the whole feud between Pusha when they're like
Pusha got him. Pusha got him well.
we're talking about back when his the story of Adon.
He released the
Adonis?
info of his kid, and so Drake had to lean that way and feed into the whole kid thing.
Do you really think Pusha got him? Like, cause I feel like it was pretty like.
Oh, fuck you, Wigi. Fuck you. What do you mean? Drake got him?
No. I'm not saying Drake got him, but I feel like.
What do you feel like?
I feel like Drake didn't do that bad. It was the responses, like what's that? Tic Tac Toe. Remember that Tic Tac Toe X and O's, and remember that one verse that he did? You know what I'm talking about? Like,
no.
You remember that?
Who?
Drake did.
Drake said it to Pusha?
Yeah.
On what song?
Oh man, I don't know what it's called, but like he says like. Butter the tic tac toe, X and O's, and you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, it's the I know what you're talking about.
I thought that was pretty dope, but I don't know if he got him. Interesting, huh? Interesting.
You side with Drake.
No, I don't side with either. The thing is, I feel like he had a good response. Okay, like when you look at like M and MGK, right? Eminem and MGK, or or Game diss Eminem. That's shitty, right? I give Drake a little bit of props sometimes. You know what I mean?
No, me too, definitely. But I feel like he pushes all the wrong buttons.
Who? Oh, Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Like he's not doing the right thing. But
For
it
sure.
works for him, I guess.
Yeah. How do you want to do? You want to? Is it time? Or what
It's time.
Yeah, I know, right?
7:20 p.m.
7:20.
It's time.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Thank
sure.
you guys so much for listening.
Joey.
Hey, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Fucking great doing one with you live in person. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening, subscribing, like and subscribe. Don't leave this guy out. This guy's one of the original podcast, one of the original guys I do podcasts with. So he helped me out. This guy right here basically is the reason why my podcast started. We did so many. I have so many podcasts of you
Really?
that are like I scrapped because I couldn't do them. Like literally, I have a couple I'll show you that are like. You were like my trial and error guy. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate you
Always fun,
doing
man.
this with me.
Hell
Hope you enjoyed the show tonight, and
Yeah, I'm excited.
we'll do this again soon. Hopefully real soon.
I'm excited. Hell yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah,
thank you
Joey.
so much.
Rick, man.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Peace.